Jai Hind everyone, welcome to the Patriotic IAS, and we will start the Hindu newspaper analysis. So the first news that is relevant for us and relevant for the UPSC is the development that is going in the Maharashtra with respect to the legislature and the Shiv Sena party. So before entering into this particular, the speakers has came up with the verdict. Speaker also act as the judicial, quasi-judicial body when it's come to the disqualification under the anti-defection law. So this verdict come from the final decision that come from the speaker. Still, the final decision is can be reviewed by the apex judiciary. So what is the case overall? Let me explain that what was the main case, what is the history behind that in the brief manner. So this is start with the Shiv Sena, a political party, Shiv Sena. It was dominating in the Maharashtra and it is known as the right-wing party. So they were under the leadership of Balaji Thackeray, and they were dominating, and they had the coalition with the BJP previously. BJP in the Maharashtra was the minor partner, but gradually BJP grew and it became the major partner. Shiv Sena became less in comparison to the number of the seats they won in the state legislature as well as the election to the parliament, Lok Sabha. So 2019, the shift took place in the Shiv Sena. Shiv Sena break up from the BJP and joined the opposition party like the Congress plus NCP and form the government in 2019. They formed the government, but within the Shiv Sena, few thought that as they were the partner with the BJP and their ideology matched with the BJP, so they thought that it was better to make alliance and coalition with this BJP as compared to the Congress and NCP. These parties had been continuously in the opposition to the Shiv Sena. So in 2022, those who was thinking like that coalition always should be with the BJP, not with the Congress and NCP, they made a group, faction. This is known as the faction under the Eknath Shinde. Okay, and they defected, but they defected to none. They declared that they are the real party and they follow the ideology. They are the real Shiv Sena. When they defected, when they were out of the touch with the Shiv Sena under the Uddhav Thackeray, they declared this as disqualified. Disqualified under constitutional provision, that is under Schedule 10. Schedule 10. The name of this provision is anti-defection law. They applied it to the speaker. So you should know what is the anti-defection law. They made application to the speaker to disqualification. Okay. So what is the anti-defection law? Anti-defection law came into existence in 1985. It is law made to prevent those members who are coming from the one party and they join other party due to the some offer of the money or the power or the post of minister, such like thing comes like the under the, as per this law, if a person coming from the BJP is coming is being elected on the name of the BJP under the BJP party or the Congress party, any party, just take the example, B is getting elected on the name of the Congress, getting seats in the state legislature or the member of parliament. If they are winning by on the name of BJP or the Congress, and after winning they defected to the other party, so they will be disqualified. This member will be disqualified from the post of the MLA or the MP, whatever the seats they represent. Okay. So this is the disqualification rule. So this is for the party, a member from the party. This is also for the independent candidate, and this is also applicable to the nominated member. In the legislature, members comes through the party or they contest the election independently, and they are also nominated by the governor or the president. This is the three way to enter into the legislature. So there is rule that if person coming from this party, party A, and joining party B after getting elected, so under this law, that person will be disqualified. If a person contesting election independently without joining any party, but after election, it's join party, any party, A, B, C, or any party, so disqualified. Nominated member, they are given 6-month period, they are nominated, and if they have joined some political party within 6 months, then they will be not disqualified. But if they will join any political party after 6 months, then they will be disqualified. 6-month period is given to them. They are not given any time period. They are disqualified from the being legislature. So this is the rule. One exception is given that if there is the party A and it has 100 members. Okay. And if 2/3 of these 100, these total shift to the merge with the other party, then they will be not qualified. This is the condition, but they have to merge with the other party. In this case, Eknath Shinde faction, they didn't merge with any party. They declared that in themselves as the independent and real Shiv Sena. This is the main thing that was in the question. And even I think there is the less clarity as this will go in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court gives its a final verdict. Then it will be get clarity that what is the case, what will be the position, status when such situation arise. I hope this is the clear. This is the basic rule. And speaker is the deciding factor for the disqualification. Who decide for the disqualification? The party go to the speaker for the application. The final authority decision maker will be speaker. I hope this is clear. So who take the decision with respect to this? Speaker. So speaker is also a quasi-judicial body. Quasi-judicial position Judicial position. It's held a judicial position. I hope now I am clear with respect to this. And whether this comes under the judicial review or not means apex court like the High Court and Supreme Court can review its decision. This was came in the a case. The name of that case is the Kihoto Holohan case. And under this case, Supreme Court said that Speaker's decision can be reviewed by apex court. Apex court means Supreme Court or High Court. This is the one case. One more case is important with respect to this anti-defection, that is known as the Namab Rabia case. Namab Rabia case. It came into 2017, and as per this case, if there is notification already in pending to the speaker for the disqualification or for the removal, something like there is already there before the if this case of disqualification of MLA comes, and before that already there is the notification with respect to the disqualification for the speaker, then a speaker will not deciding factor. A speaker is not liable to decide. Okay, so this was the case. You should knowing this is the basic thing. Here, in this case, the uniqueness is that they declared themselves as the original party. They didn't mention that they are going to join any faction. That's why this has complicated the thing. One thing is that why this speaker didn't disqualified. As per his argument that Uddhav Thackeray, the main leader of the Shiv Sena, is not a deciding factor because as per their constitution, party constitution, in party constitution, the highest authority body is the Rashtriya Karyakarni. Rashtriya Karyakarni is the national executive and not the Uddhav Thackeray, and that's why his request for the disqualification is not amounted, not taken into the consideration. And he also said that the Uddhav Thackeray is not as per the party constitution. Uddhav Thackeray is not the decision makers as there was not election that was held in 2013 and 2018. So he is not the position to take the decision for disqualification. So this is the whole picture of this, and maybe it could go to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court will come with the final decision, and here you should think that there is the case that if this Eknath Shinde group would have been joined any party, they couldn't have been disqualified because they had the 2/3. Out of 55, 37, 38, out of 55, 37 and 38 near about, they were with the Eknath Shinde. So if they would have been joined by any political party, they would have not disqualified. I hope now everything is clear. If you have any doubt, please feel free to ask any of your doubt. I have a question that has it was asked in 2022 UPSC, and it is with respect to the defection. Please answer. Consider following statement. Okay, what is the answer? Second statement is correct. First is incorrect because for the nominated member, we studied that they get the 6 month time to join any of the political party. That's why one is incorrect, second is correct. So correct answer will be B. Law doesn't provide any time frame within which the presiding officer has to decide defection case, and this is very disputed point. And maybe Supreme Court can come up with the some of the time frame under that. It has to be the decision has to be taken. Next news article that is important is this. This is not that much important, but you should know few facts. Like this is related to the vibrant Gujarat Global Summit that is going in Gujarat, and it is being held in the Gandhinagar. So where it is being held? Gandhinagar, and the theme of this summit is the gateway to the future. Gateway to the future. This is very important. Other thing that Modi ji always provide us some point to write in the mains. Now he has given that India is the Vishwamitra. So we can use this quotation like the Vishwaguru. Now we have become Vishwamitra. So we can use very in a smart manner whenever you are writing a answer with respect to the India's status as the global stage. Other point that you can use in your introduction. These points cannot be used in the introduction. India is a friend who can be trusted. Will not you get a good marks if you will start with these lines? India, a partner who believes in the people-centric development. India, a voice that believes in the global good. India, a voice of the global south. India, an engine of the growth in global economy. You can use any of this point as your introduction point. And yes, you can use this concluding point as per this sentence, these lines mentioned by our Prime Minister. India's commitment to the world welfare, its dedication, efforts and hard work are making today's world more secure and prosperous. Okay. Also, this coupled with the government's commitment to the inclusivity and equality is a major aspect of the world's prosperity and development. So these are the words you can use in the introduction, conclusion, way forward, and this as the quotation. And this fact where it was held, Gandhinagar, and the gateway to the future. This is the theme of this summit. You should remember. Next important news that is that we can use this. This is local news, but yes, I thought that you can use this in the society. Whenever there is the particularly harmony comes, this is the tussle. This is a tussle between the Christianity and Islam. And yes, if and just by making some of the question that is not favorable to this a community, they chopped the hand of this person. Are you getting now? This is the intolerance. You have to accommodate if anyone else is saying something. If it is against your religion or something, you should nicely oppose. You should show yourself and your religion. You represent your religion. If you are a good person, your religion will be also considered as the good. You cannot get the respect with the force, like the teacher beating a student to touch his or her feet. Means just this thing is instead of increasing the respect in the heart of that particular student, it will decrease. He will start abusing that particular teacher if he is not in front of him. Even so, that's why the respect is not forced. Respect is gained by your labor, your work, your character, your habit. These are the things that, so you can use this as the example of intolerance that could be removed. A good example that he was a professor, he is a professor, and his right hand was chopped because he made some question that was against Muhammad Prophet. Okay, so the such thing is that, and also there is always such tussle. So just going without any controversy, without mentioning the religion, just you can mention that one community, another community, and behaving like that. So this should not be there. Next news that is important for us is this news. This is from the Darjeeling, and a candidate that is being opposed due to his residence is outside the region. So this you can use. Gorkhaland is always remaining the news due to the its demand for the separate state from the West Bengal. So you should, whenever you are going to give an example of regionalism and the demand for the new state, you should mention the Gorkhaland. Other is that Kurseyong, this area belong to the Gorkhaland area. This is in the West Bengal, northern West Bengal, you should remember. This Belagavi, this is the place in the Karnataka, but there is the people from the Maharashtra speaking and also the Kannada speaking people, both lives, and that's why this land is in dispute due to the demand for the claim for this from the Maharashtra as well, because Maharashtra is Maharashtrians, Marathi are in the domination, and that's why you can give example of the inter-state dispute. This Belagavi is also important because if you will when you will read the modern Indian history, you will find that the Gandhiji was only once the president of Congress, and he was the president from the Belagavi. Very important. This is new development, a very good development, this news in the vaccination technology. Now we have found the heat tolerant vaccine. Recently we saw that the most of the vaccine that we administered during the COVID-19 and COVID whole pandemic period, it was particularly not the heat tolerant. The expenditure was very high to keep the heat low, cold condition, to maintain the cold condition, and that's why it was a bit very much expensive, and it was making this inaccessible. Now due to the heat tolerant, we can transport without the, as our nation, India is in the lower latitude close to the equator, so half of the India except this mountainous area of the Himalaya, most of these are have a large summer season. So you should be careful about what is the full form of the SARS. SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome. So you should just know. This news, like the after a record 1,111 NGO got FCRA nod in 2030 got clearance. Okay, so you should know it whenever you are writing a answer in the money laundering and the government effort to curb money laundering under the internal security GS paper 3. So you should remember that this Foreign Contribution Regulation Act FCRA is very much handy with the government. There has been accusation that this has been used by the government as well. Whenever any NGO or any of the organization speak against a government, they misuse this power. But yes, this is a tool in the hand of the government to curb the money laundering. Recently, it came when they gave clearance, and there is the eligibility condition that if you want to get the foreign funding, you need to register under this act, and also you have to qualify this eligibility that NGO must have a definite cultural, economic, educational, religious or social program to get registered under the FCRA. If you have to write a step taken by the government in your conclusion, you can write FCRA registration of nearly 6,000 NGO had become inoperative from the January 2022. Okay. So these are the points you can remember. Next thing that is going in the Supreme Court, this hearing is going on, and again on the minority status, the recent observation has come that the mere presence of few of office bearers from the majority community in the administration of educational institution, in the wings of administration, doesn't mean that this college, this institution is not minority. This is observation. Still we will wait for the final verdict of the Supreme Court to know that what are the condition, status and other eligibility that will be taken in the consideration when we have to check whether the institution is minority institution or not. We will wait. Other thing we already discussed in the yesterday lecture, that this S. Aziz Basa case, under that Supreme Court declared that if a institution is under the central act, it will be not be a minority status. There was amendment in the same act in 1981, and it brought that this institution, Aligarh Muslim University, is established by the Muslim, and it is for the welfare of the Muslim. Such thing, that was the claim that that's make its minority status. But yes, still we saw that in the Naresh Agrawal case again, this was declared that yes, the Aligarh Muslim University is the not minority institution, but still it is going on the hearing. We will wait for the final verdict. So everything we have discussed in the yesterday class. Next important news that we can take is this: the UK-India relation, and as we know that Defence Minister is in the UK. So one more thing that was achieved is the UK to send advanced naval group. So it shows the closeness of India and UK. You can mention this whenever you have to bring this point, one more point you get. And this particularly, we are working on the future cooperation in defense from the joint exercise to knowledge sharing and instructor exchange. Means whenever we do training and this structure exchange, whenever there is the need in the disaster relief or the some of the risk operation, security operation, both Navy can work if they have prior exercise. They know that how their system work, how our system work. Otherwise, in the immediate condition, it will be very difficult to function. So that's why we do this exercise. You must have been thinking, now, why this so much exercise? Exercise to know each other's capability, how they function, so that in the relief condition they can cooperate each other. So that's why we generally take the exercise and interoperability actions with the other nations. And India, and you should remember this thing that we have the 2030 India-UK roadmap. Under that, we have the comprehensive strategic partnership that will be boosted. This already we mentioned. We are also working here, like the solidifying an agreement on the logistic exchange and also allowing for the provision of logistic support here. One point. Second point, supplies and service between the UK and Indian Armed Force. And also the joint training, joint exercise, authorized port visit and humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, all these things will be, we are doing. And this will help in, if we will do this, we will achieve this, protecting critical trade route and upholding the international rule-based system. So that is the common achievement of India and common goals and objective of the both nation. Next important that is relevant for UPSC. This decision we can see that now there was so much conflict between the states and union government. Many of this tableaux that was rejected by the union government, such as the Delhi, West Bengal, they were accusing the union government of the biasness. That's why they come with a new deal. Under this deal, every state will be given one chance to show their tableaux. Okay, tableaux. These are the tableaux. Okay. So actually this year it was the 15 tableaux that was permitted, and many of the state and UTs that was included, but many were excluded. They accused union government if they are in the opposition party. This news also important. We have achieved one more internal security. As the point of internal security, we have achieved this indigenous production of this UAV. The name of we have named it Dristy-10. So it is important for the prelims perspective that Dristy-10. What is this? This is the medium altitude, long endurance unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, and in the short form we say it's MAIL. And this is important because this has the 70% indigenous component, and it is based on the Israeli Hermes 90 UAV. So we have taken this technology from the Israel, and this is in the context of the increasing attack in the Red Sea by this UAVs. So counter attack, counter measures will be important, and this will help in those counter measures. So I hope this is clear. Next important news that is you can take is this. This is with respect to the GS paper 2. This shows that what is the condition, what are the provision we are providing for the disability section of the society, vulnerable section of the society. So this is the data that has been provided by the court. Only 25% have the wheelchairs. Are you getting? Only 5.1% have the tactical paving to the assist with the person that those are the visually disabled. Do you know what is the tactical pavement? Let me show you the tactical pavement. What is the tactical pavement? This is the tactical pavement. It helps person or visually impaired person to navigate without anyone help. So these are the important to make Sugamya Bharat. You know, we are going with the Sugamya Bharat scheme to make accessibility, higher accessibility for the person with disability. Other important is that only 30% court complex have the separate disabled friendly toilet. Even toilet is absent. That is the disabled friend. You can use this data whenever you are going to write and you will get a very good mark. The condition, the irony is that a total sanction of strength of the courtroom is 25,081. Now we only have the 20,833. Are you getting 4,250 courtroom that is needed? Means at that particular time, judges, 4,000 judges are not working. Means they also wait for the room to be vacated so that they can go and take charge. So such is the condition. Whenever, even if you are writing with the judicial reform that we need, the infrastructure need is huge. You can bring this point. News article we will take is this, our editorial of 2 days. This is associated with the India-Maldives relation, and already the tussle is so much going on. The comment statement for the Prime Minister, the tweet, and also deletion, all this thing happens, and from the India boycott of Maldives, all this is going on in this. This is particularly this is bringing to the notice that both states should be in such a position that they should not counter each other, because it will harm each of the nation. And it is mentioning that even as this present president of Maldives, Mohammed Moizu, when he to take the oath and enter into the office of presidency, generally the rule was that any of the Maldivian president first visit to the India. After that, he used to go anywhere. But first time he has done that, he has first visit to the Turkey, and then after that, now he is going to China. I mean, he has not visited the India. Even his previous president Yamin, on whose campaign India Out he followed, he also, when entered into the president office in 2014, he visited first India. So he should learn from that. And also this is mentioning that Maldives cannot afford to antagonize India, because Maldives is dependent on so many areas, like the as a net security provider. We ensure the security of Maldives. So Maldives should be careful about this. Beside that, Maldives is also getting a very strong infrastructural support. India's infrastructure for forays and development project in the island. Lot of last it is concluding that the domestic political change in both of country, any of the neighborhood in India, it shouldn't change the basic structure of bilateral ties after the regional affect the regional stability. So both leave the both all the neighborhood in Indian subcontinent should be careful about that. You shouldn't impact each other's bilateral relation, the basic structure, that you shouldn't go to that much political mileage that you forget the basic thing. Next editorial is about the Bangladesh, and it is talking about the, despite the win, a huge verdict in the favor of the Sheikh Hasina, still there is some of the question that is being asked, like the percentage voter turnout was only 40% this time, and this has turning the Bangladeshi politics in a very in a such a condition that one party whenever is ruling, other party is being such a level of extent antagonizing that the democracy gets threatened. Next paragraph is talking about the how she managed, how the Bangladesh democracy has been there. Like after the dictatorship, both the relation between the Sheikh Hasina and Khalid Jia was cooperative. They fought against the dictatorship of the Assad, and also the activities Hasina came in 2009, and the actions she took, like the Bangladesh was grappling with the host of the challenges, and she drive Bangladesh in a very positive direction. She took she brought the stable civilian rule, cracked down on the Islamist extremists, and those who are responsible for 1971 genocide. She brought all this thing, and also this Bangladesh has 70 crore of the population, and now the Bangladesh is facing economic situation like the high inflation, falling foreign exchange reserve, and a double debt burden. Such thing is Bangladesh is facing in such a condition. Last line is suggesting that they should cooperate with each other. They should not be antagonizing each other. That will be the benefit for the Bangladesh. Next article, this is from the editorial page again. This is associated with a paper, a document that has been brought by civil society group of 81 people. They brought this paper. Okay. And the name of paper is the Vikalp Sangam, Alternative Confluence. So this paper, this particular news article you can use in your essay writing. If the question comes from the what should be the dream India, a Sapno Ka Bharat. If the questions comes, a article comes, you can bring this article will help you lot of in writing such essay. Like that, you can use this as the aims and objective. You can bring the concern associated with this paragraph, give the concern associated with the India, like the sinking of the environmental ecological collapse and unemployment, erosion of the democratic rights, all these things with the example that has given, like the sinking of the Josimath is like the environmental concern and attempt to stifle democratic voice by slapping false cases against the activists and journalists. This will come under the what? This will come under the throttling of the democracy or suspending opposition in a large number. This also comes under the threat to the democracy. So these are the concerns you can bring to the India. What should be the aims and objective? Aims and objectives should be like that the ecological food production. We should be balanced food production, sustainable food production. Then the decentralized harvesting of and management. Other important thing that we can aims like the dignified housing for the people, meaningful education and health security, locally empowered decision making like the boosting of the local governance, and resistance against the destructive project. If this is the project, that project is going to harm the environment, we should prevent. You can use this point in your way forward, like the interfaith. We should provide the what should needed on the ground to implement all these things, like the forum for of dialogue and restoring and coexistence, particularly in the case of interfaith and inter-ethnic conflict, hate speech and vulnerability of the minority. You can give examples such as what we are facing in the Manipur, what we are facing in the religious divide. Also, suggestion that should be implemented, like we should achieve the 6% of the GDP for the education, it should be the expenditure area, 3% of the GDP for the health area. These are the things that will bring the health system for the preventing ill health through the adequate nutrition, safe water, other determinant of the healthy life. All this you should bring in the your suggestion that need to implementation. Okay. These are the thing other concern that you can brought, like the manifesto demand curves on the enormous black economy, reduction in the ratio of the highest and lowest salary. There is a huge gap between the salary of the people, greater wealth and inheritance tax of the rich. And this is like the socialistic principle, strengthening of the local bodies, devolution of the financial and legal power that we have already discussed many times, that at the Gram Sabha level, Panchayati Raj institution and urban local bodies need to be strengthened. These are the point supporting this. This is talking about the what are the concern and the effort that is needed to be made in the environmental area, like the a national land and water policy that protect important ecology, that we need to bring effective community-led conservation of wildlife and biodiversity. Okay, forest rights act should be implemented properly. Indian farming should be shifted to the organic towards the organic farming. These are the point. A national environmental commission should be constituted, like the independent election commission of India, or the auditor, CAG, comptroller and auditor general. The independence of this body should be like that. So what is the mean? In the last, it's come that what is the mean if this is just those independent academician and they are bringing the documents? Does it impact the ruling class or those political parties? Yes, it does, because in the last election in 2019, they brought this manifesto like this, and many of the political party brought some of the points from those manifesto to their manifesto, but ultimately the main party who won the election, they didn't bring. This is the other case, but yes, this impacted. This is like that if you ask that revolutionary did lot of things, what the achievement they achieved. Means for example, if you say that the Bhagat Singh died and Rajguru and lot of revolutionary died, they were so much active. What was the end result? They got anything? Yes, they got. They got the change in the attitude of the Congress itself. In the 1931 manifesto, most of the points was from the thought of this revolutionary. The fundamental rights, the rights of the workers. So you will read all these things. Yes, it impacts. So these documents, it shows that these are not those people in the power. They are writing, they can write anything. But yes, this impact. In the last, it has given some of the case study where we have achieved this. Like there is a village in the Gadchiroli district. The name of village is the Medha Lekha, and there is a so much the ground reality. The village is achieving such a decision-making power that they have quoted that we elect the government in the Delhi, but in our village we are our government. Okay. Dalit women farmer, they are asserting their right to seeds, knowledge and water and land very active manner. Residents association in the Bhuj town of the Kutch, they have implemented the real decision making at the Panchayati Raj. These are the example where we have achieved this thing. This is as citizen of India, we need to be much more alert and proactive, demanding the elected representative to do what they are supposed to do, but also asserting our own voice in all decisions affecting our lives. So it is asking for the active citizenry. This line, you can use this. So it's all about this thing. Next news that we will cover. This is the news. Hamas and Palestinian thing is going on. This is not that much important, but you should know, you should locate this Lebanon, Iraq, Yemen. And Beirut, Kerman, we read the Kerman, the attack was recently, it is in the Iran. Just we are revising. We have covered all this thing. Now, a few points that has mentioned, you should know that this is just a expecting that as though there, we saw that the Supreme Court of Israel rejected one of the legislation from the uh, Prime Minister Netanyahu, and there is a lot of chance that in such a condition when they are not, Netanyahu is not able to show that Israel is going to win this, particularly eliminate all the leader of the Hamas at the declared aims and objective, and there is lot of casualty. So in such a case, to show that yes, we are doing lot of, Netanyahu, it is just expecting can attack the Lebanon and also attack the Iran. So all this possibility to show that yes, if there is the chances that there will be the public outburst against the Netanyahu, in that case, to take more power to justify its action, he can reach to that extent. This is just a expectation, not the reality. Here, what is the solution? Solution is not visible in Hamas and this Israel, Hamas, Palestine, all this context. So in the last article is talking about it is the Arab. Saudi Arabia can play a very active role. Now most of the Arab countries, they are not doing, they are just doing the thing for the namesake, just passing the resolution and conference resolution. All this thing is going on, but the actively Saudi Arabia is not actively participating, and without active participation from the Saudi Arabia, the Palestinian interest and regional peace is not possible. So proactive Saudi initiative is very important, and beside that, it is concluding with the remark that the West Asian rulers and their people should be on the same side to serve the regional state. They should come under the single platform, raise the voice for the Palestinian interests. Only then this could be solved. This is all about. Now we will see the news that is from the science and tech perspective. And now we have searched a cosmic ray with very high energy, and the name of this cosmic ray is Amaterasu. So you should remember this name. Amaterasu is associated with the cosmic ray with very high energy composition. So this Amaterasu is the second highest energy cosmic ray to be discovered, and it has discovered from the telescope ARRY project in the US, and it is in the Utah. So the name of that particular area, that is the Dugway Proving Ground, Utah. This telescope is situated. What is this cosmic ray? Here the information has been provided. The cosmic ray are the stream of the energetic particle and cluster of particle coming from the outer space or the sun. They could be from anywhere, outer space or the sun. And they constitute mainly of the proton and this helium nucleus. What is the helium nucleus? This contains 2 proton and 2 electron. Atom is made up of the electron, proton and the neutron. Neutron is absent. Okay. One property is that only low intensity, low energy, this cosmic ray reach to the earth. Most of them do not able to reach the earth because they smash into the atom of the atmospheric gas and they produce other particles. That's why they do not able to. What is the use? The study of this cosmic ray help to discover many unknown subatomic particles as well. Despite that thing, we are not able to know the origin and the source of these high energy cosmic rays. Here it has been brought that what is the energy level. You don't have to go into that much detail of this energy calculation. Just you should know that what is the measurement unit of energy, that is the electron volt, and it is also known as the joule. 1 electron volt is approximately 1.6 into the 10 to the 19 joule. That is sufficient. And this level of this high cosmic rays is 240 eV. Here E is the billion eV. Okay, electron volt, billion is added for this. Normally those normal even we are experimented in our LHC program. This is the LHC that is taking place for the discovery of the Big Bang theory and other such theories. Still their energy level is in the million, but 40 million times, but this is the billion. It's about the 40 million times of this a particle that we are accelerating in this large hadron collider experiment. It is being done into the Geneva, the capital of the Switzerland. Geneva, this is the in the I think it is in the Bonn or the Geneva. Let me confirm. You should confirm. Ultra high energy cosmic rays are the subatomic particle from the extragalactic source with energy greater than 1 eeV. E is to the here. E is used for the, where is this E? Extra, I think exa. It is used for the exa. E is used for the exa, and that exa is the billion of the EV. This is the detail, you don't have to go. More energy than around 60 EV don't survive beyond a layer in the atmosphere, certain distance in the space. Because what is the reason? Because of the cosmic microwave background radiation in the microwave frequency that is the leftover the Big Bang. The Big Bang, when the whole universe originated. Other thing that you should know is about the standard model. That standard model theory used to explain the universe subatomic building block. Okay. Next thing you should know that why we are not able to trace the path or the origin. This is particularly this three region. This is like it could be from a source we don't have it identified, and it may have interacted with the magnetic field stronger than the current models account for the changing its direction. So all these are the regions, and the most highest energy cosmic ray is found from the Dugway proving ground in Utah, and its energy level was the 320 eV, exa electron volt. Okay, EV. Are you getting that? EV is here, electron volt, EV. This is like the unit of the joule. Okay. So this highest amount of energy, this cosmic ray is known as oh my god particle. So you should remember oh my god particle. They can ask in prelims. There are two types of these cosmic ray. One is those who are beyond our solar system, and they are the cosmic galactic cosmic ray. Already we have done this, and other are the solar cosmic ray. What they give? They give the ratio. After study these cosmic rays, we can find the mass ratio of the helium to the hydrogen nucleus, and the ratio of the total mass of hydrogen and helium that is present. And this ratio is similar to the abundance of helium and hydrogen in early universe. So we can study, we can know what were the conditions when the universe got created after the Big Bang. These cosmic rays, these high energy rays are produced particularly, it's considered they are produced from what? Supernova. And supernova is like when the sun dies in the end, they come to a small diameter of 16 kilometer, and all the mass of huge sun is concentrated in this particular sphere, and it explode, and this become cause of the other further conversion in the black hole or such phenomena. 89% of this GCRs is hydrogen, and the remainder include all the nuclei. Okay, so this 89% of this galactic cosmic rays are the hydrogen. These nuclei are also full of ionized. Ionized means absence of the electron, only the other. You know there is the electron in the outer part of the atom. In the nucleus there is the middle part in the nucleus, and there we find neutron and proton. So just show me those from the non-science background. If this is the atom, here is the nucleus. This is the nucleus part. This is nucleus, and this include proton plus neutron. So ionized particles represent only this, and this here the electrons are present. Electrons. Okay. Now the last we will just study this, know the finding on the warming, global warming, and we have find that the 2023 is the warmest year in the 1 lakh years. Previous 1 lakh years, this what the previous year was the warmest year, and each of the month after the June has been the hottest on the record compared to the previous years. Means June was more hottest than the May, and hottest than the even any of the previous year. How we know this data of the temperature and other thing? We can know it by the study the tree rings and also air bubble in the glacier. So you should know that by the study of the tree rings and air bubbles in the glacier, we can know the data, paleoclimatic data related to the temperature and other phenomena. In 2023, the planet has reached 1.48 degrees Celsius warmer than the pre-industrial period. Now, as per the Paris Agreement, we are trying to achieve 1.5 degree warmer than the pre-industrial level, because pre-industrial level, after industrial era, we started the use of fossil fuel and other such gases that is causing the global warming on a large scale. So that's why we have find that despite the government and companies, they are talking about the climate targets, like they are shifting to the renewable energy and the green technology, but there has been continuous increase in CO2 emission, and we are finding that this year's each day was 1 degree higher, hotter than the what we are expecting from the pre-industrial level. Natural phenomena that cause the global warming, this El Nino weather phenomena, like the change in the pattern of the global temperature, like this happens, El Nino happens when the Eastern and Western Pacific are at the different temperature layer, and they are periodically change, and that's why the global pattern of precipitation also change. You will study in the geography due to this El Nino phenomena, our monsoon get delayed and drought condition is found in India, and La Nina is opposite condition. So I hope most of the important area we have covered, and we will conclude our session here. Once again, we will meet for our next session tomorrow. Thank you for joining the session. All the best.